Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Wow. Wow. You know, um, I never really paid much attention to race relations. I don't know about you, but I never paid much attention to race relations throughout my life because I had Caucasian co-workers, I had African, all different races, that I work with. And we never had a problem working with one another. Now I see why, because see, they don't tolerate hate in the workplace, but it's okay outside of the workplace. And see, most time I wasn't even paying attention to the news and stuff like that. I totally trusted the presidents up until 4 years ago. Some snap in the system, and a clown was elected. Well, I'm telling you something, he had some good policies. I'm not gonna knock him totally. He did have some good policies. He did reach for some people, and I appreciate what he did. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong somehow, some way. When you think that you can just overthrow the democracy and overthrow the government and step on in and just be the man here in and on out, that make me wonder, what was really on the agenda. See, that's what I'm telling you about narcissistic people. Narcissistic people only see it one way, and that's their way. It don't matter what you say. The sky could be blue, honey. If they say it ain't, it ain't. It don't matter what you say and how you try to tell them this, that, and the other. Just like how they was trying to tell him different things, and he didn't want to hear it. So they had to step down and had to put somebody in there acting to act out some evil. It always was an acting position. See, because somebody else ain't going to put their profession and different things on the line like that. But see what I'm saying? And I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I really will. And then I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I truly do, because like I say, he reached for some people. He did some different things. However, when it came down time to it, standing up for the people, he didn't do it. So there, he didn't stand up in Charlottesville. So that's it. Race hatred is like ice. Have you ever tried to chip away at a big block of ice, and as hard as you trying to chip away, like the freedom fighters before, they were trying to chip away at that hatred? I'm telling you. But I'm telling you, sometimes they slip down, sometimes they be failed by the oppression and don't get up. I'm telling you, one way or another, the oppression is affecting us all around the world. But we got to rise. We got to stand up over this evil. Yes, honey, it's God's time. This is God's time. This is God's plan. This is the plan. Here we stand, man and woman, keepers of the dream. I'm carrying the dream forth. His dream is my dream. Here we grow, headed on full steam. Genuine equality and righteousness are going to flow like a mighty stream. So here we go, growing on Soul Train gang. Let's grow. Let's grow on. I'm telling you, let's grow in God. Let's rise up over this hate and over this evil. Honey, chipping away at it like a block of ice. Just steady chipping. But the one thing I can tell you about the civil rights movement that I am so proud of and so proud to stand behind, the civil rights movement was always a campaign of love. Always has been, always will be a campaign of love and nonviolence. See, that's why you're growing in your own home, because that way you can't mess with nobody and can't nobody mess with you. When somebody want to push your buttons and send you there, honey, put them buttons up. Them atomic buttons that somebody set off, oh man, I know about them, honey. I done had a couple of them. But see, I set them off the wrong way. I set them off on me. And then there I go, just done fail for the setup again. Done fail out there in the spiritual warfare, out in the okie doke spiritual warfare game. There I go playing dodgeball. If I get hit, I'm really gonna get hit. It's hurt. It hurt. It sting me when I get hit. And when I play jump in and jump out, with the spiritual warfare, sure enough, never fail. I trip on the rope. So there you go. I ain't got time for games, honey. I got to grow on in righteousness with the Lord. See, I'm looking forward right now at the mark of the high calling of God, honey. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep on. If I could run to it, I would. But see what the thing of it is, I can't run. I can't leave up out of here, honey. I got to hold on to you and you on each side. We got to link up and lock up, rise up, wise up. We got to walk up and step forth in the Lord. All of us. Hey, you down there. I see you down there in Boston. Come on, link up, lock up. Hey, you over there. I see you all the way over there in that corner of the world. Come on, link up, lock up. Let's roll. Here we grow in God. I'm telling you, just like that, just like the evil done linked up and locked up. Evil don't just work on Sunday or Saturday. Evil don't take a rest. Evil work every single day. That's why you look at it, the oppression leads to depression. The oppressed leads to depress. See what I'm saying? So, but I tell you what the fix is. You know, when they come back saying it's broke, everything broke, breaking news, this broke, that's broke. You come back from commercial, everything fine. The commercial, they laughing and smiling. But when you get back to the TV program, everything broke. The anchor look broke. I mean, they all broke because everything broke. God ain't in it. So, see, I sometimes I look forward to the commercial because, see, it's something to laugh at, something to smile at. They might put a little pet up there or something for me to laugh at, honey. That's how we get out. That's how we turn to God. We turn to what's beautiful. Even Anne Frank said, life is beautiful. Focus on the beautiful. So let's do that. You know, as we growing in God, let's turn from the evil and turn from the wicked ways. You know, we done reached a turning point in our life. You know, so I'm telling you, we have. So let's go on in God. You know, let's just keep on striving to reach our greatness in God each and every day. You know, that's me. So I'm going to be on here to lift you, you know, to help you to get your breakthrough, because I'm going to tell you something, honey. I'm also dealing with the spiritual warfare. You know, I got a spiritual warfare over there by the lighthouse. You know, I got a spiritual warfare when I come out and have to deal with the insects. You know, I got other different things. You know, I'm waiting on the Lord too, just like you. So as we growing on, God said, yeah, God said, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you. So that's what I'm looking for, honey. And sure enough, don't you know that God been giving me my breakthrough? I don't know about you, but I know Lord been carrying me through the storms each and every day of my life that I've been going through, honey. God been there for me. You know, God been carried me. You know, I look over my life and it wasn't nothing but one set of footprints. And I tell you what, my shoes can't fit in them footprints, honey. Those ain't none of my size. They too big. So see, the Lord been carrying me I'm telling you, I've been through so much in my life, you know, for a time such as this, to tell you how to get your breakthrough, how to grow over it. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Boy, I tell you, boy, I can really feel the beautiful spirits of the ancestors helping to push this movement. You know, people like to take the Bible and pick and choose. You know, John 3:4, John 3:6, John 3:8, Matthew 7:5. You know, just picking and choosing different scriptures. You know, and applying it here. Well, that's why I do this. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you want a breakthrough, if you really want a breakthrough, stop doing you. Let go and let God. And watch how God will move for you. Watch how God will make it happen, honey. Watch how God will help you conquer. See, because that's one scripture I'll never see you quoting. Zechariah 4:6 said, by his spirit, yes, you can. Now you want to be on off in the spiritual warfare. You know, dibbling and dabbling. So then you can say, he gonna forgive. Go back, do it again. He gonna forgive. Go back, do it again. You know, playing that spiritual warfare, okie doke game. It's time to get up out of that for real. You know, it's time to start doing different. It's time for a better way each and every day in God. You need to come outside sometime and look to the hills. If you can't get outside, look to the hills. You know, look out the window. Look to peace. Any kind of way you can. You know, love drives out hate. Love, not hate, will make the world great. You know, the freedom fighters came together in love. The freedom fighters, on the other side, came together in hate. A big old block of hate, frozen like hate. Just froze. Hate. That's what hate is. Froze. That's why we've been chipping away at it all these years. Look at all these years. 400 some years chipping away at hate. It's taking a long time, but we getting there, honey. Look at them out there. He invited them over for a block party. He didn't know that they was coming. See, when you invite us to come to a party, we show up, honey. We show up and show out. I think they had a food truck out there. I think I saw some man out there selling T-shirts. Racist faces live here. On a T-shirt with a man face on it. Who invited all the people to come. See, he didn't realize. See, you don't do that. You don't invite us over nowhere unless you really want us to show up. Because, honey, we coming. I'm telling you, don't say come what, when. Okay, and we on the way. I'm telling you. So he didn't realize that auntie, uncle, nephew, all them people, and then some other extended family members also showed up. I'm telling you something about the civil rights movement. That's why I tell you, it has always been a campaign of love. Those people came together in love, just like they came together in love back in the day. The freedom fighters, out there marching together, different races with different faces. It just was people coming together in God for genuine equality and righteousness. It's always been all along the line from slavery. It's been freedom fighters of different races. It have that helped the people through. So it ain't us versus them, honey. We got to come out of this divisiveness that we just went up under. We ain't do nothing but just took a dive. We can come right back up. Come right back up, rise up, wise up. It ain't no us versus them thing. These people just showed you. Look at all them out there. See a different color people out there supporting each other. Say, we ain't going to have this. Put that man to shame. Where is he ever gonna show his face again? I know he wish he did have a sheet and a hood to go up under. When he stood there and invited them to the cookout at his house, to the block party. I'm telling you, they had it going on out there. But what they did, they showed up in support, and said, we are tired of this. And we truly are, and I'm not laying blame at the police department. I don't know. But what I'm saying is the police knew that this man was racist, and what he spoke, calling these people names, that said right there, that's a hate crime, but we got this, we got this justice system that says presumed innocent until proven guilty. You're innocent till proven, so I gotta say he innocent till proven guilty, just like I gotta say the same thing about what happened to Bill Cosby. He innocent till proven guilty too. So see, he didn't, but they said Bill Cosby didn't do it. They said it's a technicality. The judge said Bill Cosby shouldn't have been charged. So see, I gotta go with that in this criminal justice system here that we got. It's so perfect that Kevin Strickland's still sitting in prison in Missouri. And he should have been let out. According to the prosecutor, see, the prosecutor relieved his heart of the situation. He done went to God over the situation and let it go. Say, hey, look, I done cleaned my hands. This man's supposed to be out. It's on you now, Mr. Governor. It's on you, Mr. Republican governor over there, who say you don't believe the witness recanted. You don't believe the prosecutor. Who do you believe? You believe the evil, the hatred, the racism. That's what you believe. That's why you want to keep the man in there, knowing he didn't do it. The judges say he didn't do it. The prosecutor say he didn't do it. He said he didn't do it. So who do you believe? Right, you. And your racist ways. I got to call it like I see it, because that's what it is. To keep him locked up in there like that, what else? He already been proven innocent. They already done documented, done showed you. So there it is. What is you waiting on? Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. This justice system, just us. Richard Pryor said it right, just us. This justice system that we live up under, honey, that we deal with each and every day. But you know what? It's going on for a better way. You know, we going to keep coming together, different skin, one love, one God who created us all over the world. You know, we going to grow, we going to rise in God. We going to rise in God all over the world. I love you. You are created in God's own image. Royalty in God. Don't keep looking to the oppression. Focus on the solution. Focus on what we're doing. We're growing up in God. We're rising up like a great big tide. And we're going to rise up over this evil, and we're going to drive it on up out of here, honey. Just like you root out the bad weeds, I'm telling you, they got to be rooted out and replanted. Fix them up right. You know, I had one come correct, so we got to get the other ones to come correct. Change proud men into boys. You know, rise up the talented and lost. Get our little people, the littlest people of God's steeple. You know, rise up like the great warriors that we are, kings and queens. We are the keepers of the dreams. Rise up and present yourself to the world. Rise up. You are God's genuine pearl. I'm telling you, you are just as precious as the gold and the diamonds that are in the mines of Africa. You are, because God created them for you. You hear me? God created them for you. So, greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. Let's rise.